Hi, folks. Welcome to the Money Mental UK YouTube channel. I'm your host, Andrew. I am a part time eBay and Depop reseller and a mental health advocate. And it is that latter part that I wish to talk about today. It's been a very long lockdown for all of us. And, you know, a lot has obviously happened in the world. Um, Most of it not really that great, to be honest. And bloody Meghan Markle's not coming back to the country either, so that's even worse. No Princess Meghan here, so that's bad news. Um, so yeah, I thought it would be. I've not done a mental health video in such a long time because I only tend to do them if my mental health is feeling a bit down, and I've sort of been carrying on and been okay. So I wasn't in the headspace to do one. But last few days, I've sort of starting to feel things a bit. Certainly feeling very isolated at the minute, and so I thought now would be a good time to reach out to the community and for us to have a talk about how we're all feeling, how our mental health is, how we're dealing with things, etc. I was going to list some skirt things live, but yeah, I'm not in the like. I've only just got out of bed, so I'm definitely not in the right way to say list skirt things because they'll thoroughly confuse me and I'll get hacked off. Um, but yeah, let's say a few hellos. Let's see who we've got with us first of all. Um, Damien's in, Craig's in, Tori's here, Chris, Rebecca, Richard, Leanne, Ben's Babel. Welcome, Ben. That Ben, yeah, that's it. Rebecca. Sorry, but Princess Meghan is technically. I refuse to acknowledge her marriage. Yeah, she should be mine. Uh, Peter's in. Hi, Peter. The StreamYard chat is actually quicker than the YouTube chat, which doesn't happen. Lisa C's in. Hi, Lisa. I'm not going to reply to my Instagram message. You need to get more on that social media. Vicky's in. Hi, Vicky. So yeah, let's. Diana's in. Good afternoon, fam. All the way from South London. I believe they do say fam around there. I've never had it where the StreamYard chat's been quicker than the YouTube chat. They must have fixed the lag. This is amazing. I'm distracted. So yeah, I thought I'd talk about mental health. Like the thing that I get most criticised for is actually talking about mental health as well. Like I don't know why, but it's the subject that seems to most polarize people. I don't know, maybe it's around expectations or something. Because yeah, anytime anyone's got expectations, they're going to get disappointed. Never have expectations, then you don't get disappointed. Top tip. GBP's in Green Bear Peaks. So yeah, anyway, like I say, I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to talk. It's an open forum. Anyone's free to join. I'll pop the link in the chat if anyone wants to come live and talk, or feel free to talk in the comments. But yeah, we are, what are we, nearly a year into a global pandemic. We've had many months where we've not been able to see or speak to our loved ones in person. We've had no reseller meetups, which is even worse. That's clearly the worst impact of the pandemic. No reseller meetups. We've had an inability to be able to source in the charity shops and the car boot sales, etc. So those traditional outlets that a lot of us use to actually help improve our mental well-being. I know I certainly do. If I'm feeling down, I'll go do a bit of sourcing and go visit the charity shops, pick up a few items and think, yeah, this is great. I'm doing something here. So I know going for Craig is a terrible human being. There you go, straight away. It's all right. He's not here to hear that. Hi, Richard. I'm only joking. So yeah, I've always relied on sourcing, being able to hit up a few charity shops, etc., and get some stock as a way of improving my well-being. It's like retail therapy, but it's retail therapy where you know you can eventually, when the items sell, make money from it. So we've lost that opportunity. No meetup, so the social aspect is sort of gone. So we're sort of stuck here now in this world where we can only interact online. Largely we can only source online. Although obviously if you're outside of Wales, I believe that RA is still a possibility in the stores that are open. Here it's more difficult because a lot of the products are deemed as non-essential. So so the opportunities are very much them, very much down. And you turn on the news and it's it's a lot of gloominess. Um, Unfortunately, people dying, etc. So so what can we do? What can we do? I guess is the question. How can we tackle these things that are grinding us down? And I think, personally, the only way that we can do bloody internet. Why is the internet? I'm right by the router anyway. Yeah, so that's another thing as well. The internet has been terrible since the apocalypse started because everyone's at home. But yeah, I think the only thing that that we can do is open up and talk to each other and realize that we are not alone in. I'm not painting my ass black. That we can open up to others about how we're feeling and find that there are others who who feel like that as well. I think, and try and support each other through that. So yeah, weather's been shit as well. That doesn't help because you go outside and it's bloody freezing. But that at least is something that will improve as we move towards the spring and the summer. So more sunshine. Hopefully less rain, snow, etc. So at least be able to go out for a walk, even just do a bit of exercise to help improve things. Can you imagine if this 25 years ago would be so much harder without the online aspect? Yeah. So you'd have to be using one of those phone. Well, mind you, actually 25 years ago, they probably did have touch-tone phones. Probably just past the era where you've got one of those ones where you've got a dial. I can't remember what they're called now, like a rotary dial on it, where you've got a dial in the number. I was always cocking that up when I was a kid. It was always like getting the number wrong, and then you'd have to start again. It was awful. Yeah, GBP says it feels like Groundhog Day. It's starting to chip away now. Yeah, there's like not a lot of variety going on at the minute. I'm seeing a lot of people are saying that their motivation is gone, and my motivation is suffering. I'm normally like a freaking dynamo. I'm non-stop in work, and then doing the eBay, etc. outside of that, and talking to people, doing the YouTube and all of that. I've normally got a shed load of energy to go around. But at the minute, just feeling absolutely drained, exhausted, no motivation whatsoever. Having to force myself to do simple things. So that's a sure sign that the mental health is not where it should be. And I've no doubt that is the same for other people as well. I've got one of them got Luke to train you. Yeah, you got no chance if you don't like. I've seen people try and press like where it says the number, try and press that as if they can type the number in. Yeah, madness. But then there's some people who like this, retro stuff. For me, I don't even like speaking to people on the phone. Hi, Peter. If any Jar has popped in. So yeah. So I thought what I will do is, I'll try and be a bit more active in talking about mental health things, about how I'm feeling and the impact that things are having on me, in the hope that it can encourage others to do the same as well. You know, so that people feel like it's okay to you know, to talk about things. Hopefully, we've got hundreds of goats walking around town. For fuck's sake, have they escaped? Should they not be in like farms and things? Stu's in. Hi, Stu. 7 years ago, I left home because of abusive parents. I spent 18 months in a refuge and now have a flat. Struggle with most days with a lot of health issues. Yeah, that sounds like an awful experience there, Rebecca. Absolutely awful. But it's positive that you've now got your own place, that you can, to some extent, say that at least I've got this now. You know, so there is hopefully some things that have improved. Wild goats, Christ, we don't allow those in Wrexham. Motivation for me is to do some good for others. The other day I was helping out a zoo because they need help to feed the animals and chimps. Just make sure that you're not feeding them like popcorn and stuff. You know, you got to feed them like appropriate food. Got told off for that before. So yeah. Hi Ali, welcome. So yeah. I mean, like, if we talk about lockdown, I've had no kachings today either. Talk about lockdown. I mean, every time it's announced, I feel like shit. Because I'm like, this is awful. Not going to see people, not going to be able to go out. What am I going to not what am I going to do, sort of thing. And it gets a few days in when you sort of just carry on and it's not so bad. But then it gets a few weeks in and you're like, yeah, this isn't actually changing. This isn't actually that great, because you start to miss the simple things that you had before. So perhaps we've not appreciated things enough that we had before in the past, and perhaps one of the benefits will be, hi Nikki, one of the benefits will be that we will be able to appreciate things more in the future. I certainly hope for that. How many of your listings are helping charities? Pretty much all of them, since it's a lot of stock that's come from charity shops. Even the wholesale stuff, the wholesale clothing has come from donations originally. So yeah, probably quite a lot of them. Have you fed tigers/lions yet? Do they still have the mountain zoo in Colwyn Bay? But you could go there and feed yourself to a lion, you'd be all right. Or did you mean feed something else to a lion? Hi Aaron, lack of motivation. Yeah, it's oh crap. Yeah, massive sauce and chip, huge breakfast and stuff, and we're allowed to pay. As long as I'm not bloody paying for the breakfast and skins. Hi Matt. Matt is stressed today. That's the other thing as well. The stress levels are very high. Simple things that would not have bothered us before are causing problems like that. And I saw your post earlier about your frustration. And I fully suspect that if your stress levels were at their normal level, it probably would just be water off a duck's back. But because it's the stress levels are high, it just adds to that stress pile. And it's just another thing to have to deal with. Hey London, hey Richard. I don't know if I said hello to Richard. So yeah, I was going to list an end on zero. I've done nothing yet today. I did 2 listings yesterday, no listings on Friday, and I really do need to list because I do need the money to pay for the HQ. Well, I've got the money to pay for the HQ anyway, but I need the money to improve the HQ. There's still stuff I want to do to it, so I need to list to do that. Not sales, list of 50 charities that are 30% more sell. No, I don't. I don't do that. It just Yeah, I resell to pay off my gambling debts, basically. Um, so I need the money to survive. So regrettably, I can't donate a percentage of each sale, which is not to say I don't support charities. Plenty of other things I do, but financially, it's a struggle to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, main thing is to go easy on yourselves and look after your spines. Yeah, you need to be flat on your back. Matt is listing now, forcing himself to do it. That's the spirit. Skin. Yeah, it's a different degrees of skid though. My bills in a month are £3,000. That's just bills before it even comes to eating. Um, so that is a lot of money to have to find each month. Craig is listing slowly, but also paying somebody to list for him. He's got a listing slave in to do it. Yeah, I need to get the employee in to do some listing, but she won't come in the office until she's had her second dose of her vaccine. Queenie's not done hardly any listings all week. And that's another problem, because if you're not listing, you're losing that consistency with eBay. And unless you've got some very high in demand products listed already, the sales will start to slow down, because eBay does appear to like consistency when it comes to listing. I've certainly personally noticed that if I'm listing consistently, I will see an increase in sales. If I'm not, I will see a decrease. It may be different for other people. Ian, you've changed your bloody name. Is this because you're fed up of people asking you who Hurricane Ian was? Hi, Rosie. I find a long walk helps me, and time to think. Yeah, I'm bad when I'm thinking. Sometimes bloody spiral of thoughts that can lead to dark places. I'm taking my brother to his chemotherapy again on Monday, so trying to keep positive for his sake. I hope that all goes well for him. How do I know it's you? Because I'm that bloody good, Ian. I'm that good. And because you haven't changed your avatar. So yeah. So what do we do? What can we do to motivate us? Lisa has been reading a lot of books and learning Spanish to take her mind off other things. Buenos nachos, señorita. ¿Cómo días? There you go. That may have been Spanish words, or it may not have been. No skill for languages whatsoever. English is okay. I can cope with that. Don't even know. I can't even cope with Welsh, despite having lived here for most of my life. So yeah, I guess there's that, isn't there? Learn a new. There you go. Tori says very good. Learn a new skill. When you have a family, it's feel like it's your responsibility to keep them motivated, positive, and motivated, which can be. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, but you need somebody to keep you motivated and positive as well, I think. Because if you're constantly that person who is just giving all the time, eventually you're going to run out of stuff to give, aren't you? Have you tried the Havening technique to deal with curtains? What's wrong with me curtains? I don't think I've got curtains. I've got blinds. Don't know else either. No, the bloody cash point speaker though. They pressed the wrong bloody button on the cash point. Jesus Christ! It's like this. It's like walking. It's like going down the bloody rabbit hole with Alice. Try to get a tenner out, you end up with £100. Sometimes body and mind don't let us know what we do. Yeah, absolutely. So certain issues. All right, yeah. No, the downside of my autism, the creative visualization is difficult for me. So yeah, I find a lot of these techniques, mindfulness, etc., don't work for me as a result, unfortunately. What does work is, setting goals for myself, having something to aim towards, and building towards that. That's what I tend to find does the trick for me. You know, being the greatest clothing reseller, etc. And like I say, talking to people, I find certainly helps, and you know, sharing with people, which is something that I never used to do when I was younger. You know, we would never talk to, if I was struggling or whatever, I'd never say it. You know, I would just carry on in the assumption that things would go away, which doesn't work. My doctor has put me on diazepam. I don't like talking to them. So what's don't you like about take? Is it because you've got sort of side effects from them? Because it may be an alternative medication is a better solution if that's the case, or is it because there's like a stigma around taking things? Gardening, get the Christ, no, I hate bloody gardening. That you've seen mowing of Andrew Chris, nothing freaking stresses me out more than that bloody garden. Jesus Christ, bloody hell, no. I'd like, yeah, I want a gardener and I want a cleaner, basically. When you know, things are a bit more normal, I'm definitely getting a like the way they make you feel. Might be something to speak to your GP about then again there, Matt. You know, it may be, as I say, that the medication is not having the intended effect. It might be need a different one, or it might just be it needs time to work, because your body does need time to adjust to these things. If I switch medication, the first 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes can be bloody awful. Before the body adjusts to it, because it's got to build up its I don't know if tolerance is the right word, its ability to be able to sort of metabolize it, I guess, and handle it. Hey, Julie. Julie's showing off now because she's able to go out in public. I'm assuming she's going for a supermarket run. We should talk more, Julie. I enjoy talking to you. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, looks like Matt could sell them. Right, okay, right. We're already going to have to put the bloody banner on, for Christ's sake. We cannot be encouraging bloody drug dealing of prescription medication on this frigging channel. Jesus Christ, right? Where's the bloody right banner gone for this occasion now? Oh, you're gonna get me chucked off YouTube again. I can't bloody find the disclaimer now. I've got too many banners. I need to delete some. Right, I'll get rid of that one. I'll get rid of the 20 quid in super chat. I'll wear a dress one. That's no longer relevant. Don't even know what it is. Congratulations to Zahir. Right, here we go. There we go. That'll do. My regular meds are citalopram and propranolol. I used to have this citalopram on. I can't remember what one. That's in front of me. Venlafaxine at the moment, which I need to get more of. Yeah. Did the supermarket inappropriate bargain stores yesterday? Yeah, you must be in England then. The only excitement in my world is getting a post in the morning from the outside world. That's just annoying, because the bloody amount of boxes that turn up outside my door, I frigging can't get out the thing. I've stopped ordering stock now because I'm just getting fed up of like opening my door and being like, you know, there being a frigging massive boxes outside. Plus, parcel force like to turn up at 7 o'clock in the morning, which really disrupts my sleep. Pornhub is always a good one. Yeah, that's probably not a healthy obsession, actually. Probably scratch that. That's probably not a good one. But yeah, so you know, what I'm starting to do is to think about what opportunities are there when lockdown ends. What things can we put in place to look forward to? So I intend to have like as many reseller meetups as possible, or as, and travel to as many places in the UK to meet other resellers. I'll take you, making my son come to my mum and dad's garden has been that's for. So that sounds like he's really struggling there, Julie. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, definitely get him outdoors there. He'll 100% feel better for it. He will. I know that you can't handle conflict or said to. He bloody sat here watching me, for Christ's sake. I bloody cause conflict all over the place. No, I'm only joking. I know what you mean. Is not great watching the news sometimes. I hate it when packaging comes with passports. So yeah, I don't know why it's freaking always early. Does me head in. Can't do car boots because of my fear of people. I used to get I certainly, like when I first started doing sourcing at car boots, I used to really struggle with the crowds and the people there, particularly if it was like an indoor one. That used to be even worse. Not because of feelings of claustrophobia, just because I didn't like being around so many people. Um, but it's something you get used to. The more you do it, the more you adjust. So I'd certainly recommend, giving it a try, maybe just a few minutes, and then maybe 10 minutes the next week, maybe 15, and so on. Maybe gradually building up the tolerance until it becomes something you don't notice. Because I found that's what worked for me anyway. Um, Obviously, other people is different, but that certainly helped. Doing that certainly helped me. I couldn't do like more than 15, 20 minutes at one, and now I'm bloody selling at the things. I'm there all day. Fair. Is this your way of saying you want to meet me in person, Nikki? Hi, Tad. So yeah, if anyone wants to come live, by the way, I'll put a link in chat. Always welcome to pop on for a chat. I promise I won't even flirt with you. That's another thing I like to do to feel better, though. Have that bit of contact. Peter says, always struggled meeting new people. Since met with people from YouTube and meeting friends outside YouTube, is feeling a lot more confident. That's it, isn't it? Like even something like sending a message to somebody on the social media. I would never have done that 2 or 3 years ago. Just message somebody who I'd been speaking to in, say, comment section or whatever, or that I'd like somebody post on Instagram. I would be far too shy and nervous to do it. Now, as many people in the chat, especially the ladies, can testify, I'm straight in there doing it. I panic attack. I used to get that as well, Matt. Yeah. When I used to I didn't know what it was at the time. I used to be in me flat. I was renting up near Blackpool, and I'd be like, oh, I've got no, say, tomatoes in the fridge for me sandwiches. I need to head down to the shop to get some, and I'd get this overwhelming sense of I didn't know what it was, but I recognise now, looking back, it was anxiety, just about the prospect of walking to the local convenience store and grabbing some tomatoes. And I would avoid doing it because I didn't want to feel like that. I'd wait until I did my big shop to get stuff, and if I ran out before I did my big shop, well, that was tough. And it's only looking back on it now that I realised that I was just feeling anxious about going there. No idea why at all. Nothing had ever happened. No trauma experienced. There'd been a ship. I was thinking you'd like to meet Ricky Lee. Lies. You want to meet me? It's obvious. But yeah, now I don't give a damn. I was happily going to them. The only place now is local sorting off stuff with orders. So I would turn that on its head and say that what that says to me is that you can still go out and do stuff. I've always been in multiple boxes. Well, I haven't always, but since we've started speaking, I have. Hi, Cal. Yeah, what was I going to say? I would say, well, that's a positive because that's something you can do. Therefore, build on that because there may be other things you can do as well eventually over time. Because obviously there is something you can do. So you can do things. Stu had a comment. Sorry, the chat's just jumped down. So let me just see if I can go back and find that comment. Here we go. I feel frustration at the moment. Got a couple of business ideas I want to try. Hopefully not COVID, but really need auctions and car boots to start again. Fed up of just ticking over. Yeah, I know what you mean. This year I was going to start doing Amazon, and I was going to get into it through RA. And now then I can't do the RA anymore, so I can't start the Amazon. And I'm like, yeah, I could do it with OA, but you know what? So's everyone else. You know, so the competition is much more intense. So it just doesn't feel to me the right time to enter something new and invest capital when the competition is at such a high point. I'd rather do it when there's more choice. Vicky says, I put my earphones/earpods in and listen to music to make it less stressful. So a few people who do that. Music in the ears stresses me out, has the opposite effect on me. Don't know why. But yeah. My 13-year-old daughter wants to be recognised as a boy. Bloody hell. What do they call that? Is it FTM, I think? My son's ready to watch back later. No worries, Julie. I'll catch up with you soon. I hope everything goes okay. Yeah, big thing in that, but you know, she again, a positive there is that she's feeling comfortable enough to be able to say that, and to I don't know if the term has come out, but you know, express herself, I guess, in that way. So, you know, a big positive and an undoubtedly very hard step for. I'm not sure which pronoun to use now. I'm going to go with her, but probably not the appropriate one to use now to do that. So you know, you at such a young age as well. Got to respect that. Christ, you know, sometimes I barely feel comfortable coming out as heterosexual. The amount of like I'll get told off just for telling people they're beautiful. So yeah, Matt says Nikki, sorry, says that she went similar with her 11-year-old. A tough situation, but apparently there's a lot of support groups on the Facebook. So there you go. And Matt's on the Facebook. We know that. Pete is off. He's got to go back to editing a vlog, but the editing it's overrated. Take the UK approach. But yeah, so yeah, for me, what I'm doing is planning out things in the future to look forward to. I'm not putting any dates on them because you know things might have to get cancelled, moved around. But I am putting in place the fact that these things will happen in the future at a point in time. Ian says, you went to 2 car boots last year, couldn't bring yourself to go. You sell a few car boots, but can't bring yourself to be around so many people. The thing is, as well, like obviously last year, you know, it's the middle of a global pandemic, isn't it? So, you know, it's only sensible to minimize your exposure to other people who, you know, might potentially be carrying a virus that could cause you serious harm or even kill you. So, you know, I think that's just that's sensible behaviour, Ian, to be honest. You know, so I certainly wouldn't worry about that as such. It's, you know, it would be normal and natural to feel like that. Hey, winning sometimes. We need to change it to winning all the time. We've discussed this. Yeah. Like Carl says here, Matt, for your kid to be able to tell you and the wife means you have their trust. It's a great positive. Yeah, fully agree with that. Yeah. Nikki has beautiful children as well. I mean the adult ones, not the bloody reader starts again. Large family, very supportive. Yeah, very small. Anyone else feel more? I fucking hate being out and about with a mask. I really do, because I can't bloody see anything. I've done all that they say about putting like detergent or whatever it is on the glasses. Still steam up to fuck. Just yeah, it does me head in. I would rather like be offered the choice to wear one or not, as it used to be, but I could understand that doing so presents a risk to others. So, you know, I wear a mask. But the number of freaking times I've walked in front of a car because I can't bloody see is unreal. And now these bloody electric cars they've got, everyone seems to be buying bloody Teslas around here. Like I've never seen so many Teslas in my life, and you can't hear them. You cannot hear. Yesterday, I'm walking through Sainsbury's car park to drop your parcels off, and then he got bloody squashed flats by a car I couldn't hear. It was unreal. It's like this horn beeping at me. So I was like, sorry. I said, like, oh, sorry. I said, but he couldn't hear you. It's like you were sneaking up on me. So yeah, there's going to be more of those. And if they need to sort out this mask steaming up glasses issue, right, before they sell any more electric cars, yeah, that needs to be a governmental priority. Because yeah, need to get a bloody squash flat by the things. They're all going to be electric cars soon enough. They need just like a soundtrack that plays or something, so you can hear an engine coming on you. Because yeah, it was just like honestly, and then it drove off, and I could not hear him drive off at all. Yeah, Carl, let's not. That's bloody hell, Carl. Let's not be bringing in the troubles into this as well. Christ. Yeah. No, swearing is very stressful. They do allow you to swear under your breath without reprisal. Well, do you know what I don't like, right, though, is I'm in the supermarket, buying me cider, comes up for an ID check. I'm wearing my mask. Not once have I been asked for ID. Not once. Other people have, who are older than me. They don't ask me for ID. I must look about 50 in my mask. I think drivers of electric cars should be made to drive exactly, Stu. Exactly. Bloody lethal things. Twice this week I've nearly been killed by a Tesla. The last 6 years I've distanced myself around people, struggle to talk to people, go out much. You need to come to a meetup there, Ian. Kill or cure. Kill or cure. Get yourself down to one of my meetups. I'm going to organise a few. I'm sure plenty of people will be organising meetups. My concern actually is I've pissed off so many people in the past 12 months that it might be a little awkward for me at some of the meetups. So I might just have to stick to going to ones that I've organised because, yeah, I've caused a lot of controversy, shall we say. This is another thing, like, for me. Because I am autistic, I lack the social skills or awareness of what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. And I'm very unfiltered and just say what I think. I've had a lot of training not to be. I'm certainly not as bad as I was in the past. You know, I try and think, but before I speak, but it's just not a thing. And I've just come to accept that that's it. That's who I am. But it bloody pisses me off when I get people bad mouthing me for having done something socially inappropriate that I literally can't help. It does annoy me. I need to learn to get over that as well, actually, and not get upset by that, because it is annoying, and that gets me down. But we get a big hitching meetup. I hope we don't have to go bloody hitching, bloody miles away. No way to go taken out by a Tesla. Honestly, I swear to God, I'm going to get turned into a pancake by one. But why are people in Wrexham buying one? Do you know? What they have done in this apocalypse is they've put some electric power points in, for charging cars in Wrexham now, which has probably encouraged people to buy them. But they need to have, like Craig says, put a bloody plastic bottle in the exhaust or something. Right, but they don't have a freaking exhaust though, do they? Oh, you mean on your bike? Beach time by self asphyxiation through sex age. Yeah, there's no danger I'll be doing that. That's not one of the things that I am sexually open and adventurous, but that's not one of the things that does it for me myself. Fine for other people though. I think most people I know are expected to be inappropriate. Yeah, it's just disappointing sometimes too. But anyhow, my wife got the COVID jab and she's a dementia care worker now. To wait till the jab to deal with 40. But I suppose the good thing though, Carl, is at least you don't have to wait until you're 50 to get one or anything. This is the thing that was confusing me on the news today, actually. Like, they keep referring to the UK government when Boris makes an announcement. But the problem is that when Boris is making an announcement, actually, he's making an announcement for England, if it's in relation to health policy, vaccinations, for example. He's not making an announcement for Scotland and Wales, say. It may be for Northern Ireland. I'm not entirely sure if it's a different process there or not. I'm ignorant of that. So over the BBC News, Boris says our UK government will give first dose by 31st of whatever. I think, oh, that sounds great. And then I realised that, no, that's not for bloody Wales. They should say English government instead of fricking UK government. It does me head in. Thank you, Nikki. Still don't respond to me bloody DMs, though. We've got the census to fill out. Is there a census coming again? Don't pay attention. But yeah, fill out your census. I'm supposed to promote that as a government official. Make sure you fill that out, folks. I have a dark sense of humour. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying now. I got distracted by my rant about the BBC News calling something a UK government announcement. It does me head in. Especially when I forget that I live in Wales and therefore I'm subject to a different set of policy. Yeah, they just need to so if anyone knows anyone who works for the BBC, make it stop. No one do their own thing. So it'll be the same for you then as well, Carl. They make these announcements and it's only for England. But they call it the UK government. Stop it. Let's see if I can find it now. It's supposed to be a mental health talk and I got distracted by a rant. Yeah, here we go. BBC News live. All UK adults to be offered vaccine by 31st July. It's not all UK adults. It is not all UK. It's all English adults. So yeah, it might be all UK adults if the Welsh Assembly get their act together, if the Scottish government get their act together, if the Northern Irish government do. But at the minute, it's just the freaking English government. So stop it. Stop it, BBC News. Pisses me off. Afternoon, Chrissy. Yeah, where were we? All eyes on how much that's expanded. It should say how much my waistline's expanded in the past decade. Never mind anything else. Happy to donate my vaccine to anyone who wants it early. But you've been saying about not being able to go out and earn money, so surely you are very much in need of it. and I would encourage anyone and everyone to get it. You must have fake news over there. Hey, Junk. I hope you're doing well. I've missed talking to you. Right, where were we? Yeah. Anyway, we need to get me off this rant. The blood pressure's going up. We need a new conversational subject. So anyway, I wonder how many people will put their job down as reseller. Not me. People have often asked me about, when will I become a full-time reseller? And it's like, it's the point when, it's the same for anyone. It's the point when your income from reselling, after tax deductions, everything else, when you profit, your wage that you can pay yourself, is enough to replace the wage that comes from full-time work. And at the minute, not even close. You should get the vaccine, Alison. It's the most tested vaccine that you'll ever get because of the amount of media interest in it. So yeah, I would strongly recommend getting that. And putting sex. Stu, what have I told you about commenting about bloody copying me? It's not allowed. So I can't go out one vaccine. No, they need to understand the impact on people with different medical conditions to make sure that it's safe. Yeah, I agree, Cal. Give it to me now. More than happy to take that. Number of people who've had it now, millions and millions of people, and number of cases of side effects, tiny. So that says it all, really. Gab's going mental over money. Yeah, that's why I should be listing, really. Try and get some more money in. But hey ho. Yeah. Anyway, we need I'll have to show me back. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. Before people with serious underlying health conditions can go out, got to understand what the impact on things are for them. This isn't the bloody Bill Gates conspiracy. What the hell does Bill Gates have to do with the vaccine? Like, really? Like, the vaccine we've got here has been developed by AstraZeneca. They've got no connection at all. None. Yeah, anyway, right, we need a subject that isn't going to get me started on that. Madness, absolute madness. This is where I'll be going to be unfiltered and say what goes on. Contains nanotechnology. The Pfizer one does. The AstraZeneca is grown in a different way, more traditional approach. But anyway, yeah, let's not get me started on that, because I will just be controversial, and that's not what this is about. This can't. Well, we need to have a different subject, because I will start having a in-depth discussion about this, and we need to talk about what the subject of this was, which is about our mental health. So yeah, certainly what I'm doing is looking at what long-term things can look forward to, plan to, reseller meetups, even simple things like being able to go out sourcing, go out for a meal, visit the pub, etc., and just enjoy that actual sort of time. And these many things that we have got to look forward to. Once we return to a more normal position, including Wetherspoons. Hi Zane. Yeah, change the subject because otherwise I'm just going to head off. What reseller are you most looking forward to meeting? Someone I've not met. I don't know. No idea, to be honest. I don't think I could pick just one person. No, I don't think I would pick just one person. I would probably yeah. There's many people that I look forward to meeting. Really, I hope there's some people who look forward to meeting me as well. That would be nice. But yeah, no, I wouldn't pick. I wouldn't pick just one person. I think I would. I would say there's a lot of people. I think would be my answer. A lot of people. Yeah, but yeah, it's always good. It's strange meeting people when you've spoken to them for so long in the chat, but not what was I going to say? Not I can't remember what I was going to say then. But not spoken to like in person, because like they'll always know like more about you than you know about them as well. Like because they've seen you on YouTube, etc. Like it's stuff I've forgotten about, but like they'll remember, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. So it's always interesting the conversations you have. 3 hours to get your phone fixed. Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm capable of hurting Nikki's feelings. Afternoon, Lucas. How are you? I hope you're well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm planning out what to look forward to. But yeah, there's a lot of craziness at the minute. Tough times. We're all feeling the stress, and I think as a result, our tolerance levels are going down, and we forget to be kind to each other. And I forget that myself sometimes. Like now, whereas in the past, if somebody said something or messaged me something I didn't like, I would try and understand their perspective on things. I very rarely block people. But of late, I'm finding that I've just got no tolerance at all now. If like somebody messaged me something offensive or whatever, just like no, goodbye. And I'm forgetting that that they are probably feeling as stressed and whatever as me, and that perhaps they just need somebody to reach out and show that kindness. So perhaps I need to change that. I wish I had the gift of the gab. Christ, no gift of gab here. Just say what I think. Yeah, basically, if I think somebody's attractive to me, I will tell them that they're attractive to me. So there's no messing about, no games, etc. Then, just set out the intention, job done. I think Rich wants to sext me. That's what he's saying. Did he never tried it on with you, Craig? Jesus Christ. I struggle to keep your hands off me, Craig. He was all over me. It was unreal. I'm joking, he wasn't. But yeah, right, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. Any other questions? Anyone else? Anything else anyone wants to talk about? Let's not talk about bloody vaccinations because that will do my head in, and I won't agree with people. But yeah, the impact of lockdown on me is that I find it difficult to manage stressful situations now. So I don't have to deal with any for 12. Yeah, I was thinking about this, Tori, like because overall during the lockdown, my anxiety levels have been less than they were the year before, and it's because the people component, like the bits that stress me about like being out in public with large crowds, etc., um, social interactions where I've not gone in the way that I wanted, etc. I haven't had any of those occur, or they've occurred to a much lesser extent. So that's why my anxiety levels have been less. And one of the negative things for me when things go back to normal is that I'm then have to relearn how to deal with that again. Like the first time I went out after the first lockdown ended, I went to the pub and I couldn't cope with people being in close proximity to me at all. It freaked me out. I'd forgotten what it was that it had taken me many years to build up to the level of being comfortable with having somebody near me, let alone touching me. Because obviously being autistic, touch can be difficult, you know. So all of that work that I subconsciously done, really, because it wasn't consciously done to build up that sort of resilience, had been undone by not seeing anyone for 3 months. What is your self-protect mechanism? I go on YouTube. Basically, I'll talk to people. I used to do the shut up shop and not speak to anyone and just isolate myself. That same with me, Gav. Used to isolate myself, but it doesn't do me any favors. I've discovered better for me to talk to people, to distract myself in that way, and to put things in perspective sometimes, because a lot of the times, um, a lot of the times, is there any lady you don't find attractive? Plenty. Or attractive to me, I would say. Um, there will be attractive to other people, I'm sure, but you know, we all have our types. You know, shockingly, there are people who aren't attracted to me. Amazingly, like there's a couple of people at least um, that aren't. You know, but hey ho, what can you do? But you know, we all, like I say, we all have our types. So yeah, there is like people who are not my type, and whose type I am not. You know, like rejection, right? It used to be I used to be scared to approach people because I was worried about being rejected, like, you know, being knocked by them. And I used to take that rejection as like a personal thing and feel like I wasn't good enough for them. It took me a long time to just realize, no, actually, I'm just like, you know, just not their type. There's plenty of other people whose type I will be. You know, that's just it. That's how it is. Hurts a lot if it's somebody you really like, but there will be other people. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Craig. Unbelievable. Talking is the only answer, and later profit. Exactly, Will. Paul, sorry, exactly. Thank you, Dixon. That's very kind of you to say. Yeah, I personally always find talking to people helps, but I've had to have a lot of professional help to get to the stage of recognizing the value in that, because I didn't used to. I just used to be like, just deal with it, move on, sort of thing. But you can't always do that. I think Crillon has the right idea. What eat, eat as many takeaways as possible. Yeah. Craig says lockdown been the most stressful time of his life. Do 15 weeks without seeing his son and stressing over money. That sounds awful, that, Craig. Yeah, I don't know what to say. If I wasn't already very much a test on. Oh, Nikki, are you confessing to actually finding me attractive? Is this the moment? Yeah, where were we? Do you mean to? I'm not sure what you mean, Chris. Sorry, by Bobby having the right idea. I've missed the thread of the conversation there. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, so yeah, talking to people helps. But what I want is like a community where people feel that they can always talk to each other. You know, because I find that sometimes people will feel comfortable like they can talk to me because I talk about it, but I want us all to feel comfortable with talking to each other, and being able to say, you know, when we're not okay. And I want it to be a case of like, I want it to be more than just I've had this message, it's upset me or whatever. I want it to be like, actually, you know what? I've had this. This isn't what's upset me. I'm upset because I'm just feeling upset. We're in lockdown. It's stressing me out. I'm struggling to deal with things, and I want to talk about it. That's what I want us to be able to do, to like really get down to the, this is what's stressing me out. You're reading these in a weird order. No, that's just how I read things, Craig. Something distracts me attention. I'll read that and then come back to it. Top chat doesn't change the order things appealing. What top chat does, it just filters out swear words. So if you've got something set to top chat, it won't display any profanity. Whereas in live chat, you'll get everything. So when people are saying, "Oh, you need to be on top chat or live chat," whatever, it doesn't make much difference. But this is in StreamYard, so I see every comment as it comes through. There is no live chat or top chat for StreamYard. It's just unfiltered, like me. Still waiting for Nikki to tell me. She's like, "Oh my god, I've had a sale on Depop. What have I sold?" And no sales on eBay today, but I have had. Oh, I've sold a pair of super dry jeans. Excellent. That I'm missing a button. Right, apologies, folks. I need to end this listing on eBay straight away because it's cross-listed, and I'm worried that it might. Although it hasn't in 6 months. Pick this particular moment to sell, because that would just be typical. So I'm just going to have to end it. Thank you, Lisa. That was very kind of you to say. You are also beautiful. Super dry. All right, let's get this bloody thing. All right, there we go. Just check it's the right. Yeah, that's the one. What's my eBay page? I think if you put Money Mental Emporium into Google, it should come up. I think it does if you put Money Mental UK into Google as well. But yeah, it's the Money Mental Emporium is what it's called. Packing, that's depressing. Someone invent quiet tape. You can get quiet tape, like silent. I know George Ross has had some in the past. I think Kite Packaging sell it, like super quiet tape that makes a lot less noise when using it, but it's not cheap. Nobody's buying these jeans on eBay. Because they're gone. I've ended it. They're sold. No jeans on eBay now. More money in my PayPal account. Yeah, it's like being on Depop is weird because like I've been on managed payments since the summer. So what was I going to say? I'd forgotten what PayPal was like and getting payments into PayPal. And then like since I restarted the Depop in January, I've had probably about 15 sales. No, what am I on now? 26 sales. I've had 20 sales since. So it's not like a big thing, but it's 20 PayPal sales. So I'm like, oh, it's funds now. I've got money straight into my bank account. This is amazing. Well, straight into my PayPal account, and then I put it straight into my bank account. Um, I'd forgotten how good that felt uh, to have that. So it's why I'm still pursuing Depop, even though it's like still pretty slow for me. I'm just enjoying when a sale comes through, having the money straight there. It's a nice feeling, and I'm enjoying that more than I am. Like since the one thing I've no problem with managed payments, but the one thing that I do miss is like getting the money straight away, because for me, like having to wait 2 days for it don't feel that exciting anymore. As exciting as it did when you got the cha-ching and then you had the money straight away. That made it for me. Now you get the cha-ching and it's like, oh, you get the money 2 days later. That little bit of excitement's gone. So I've lost a bit of that buzz as a result. But even worse than Amazon, I think their disbursements take a few weeks. So I do need to get used to it. But I am enjoying having that feeling back again on the Depop. I must admit. I'm listed on eBay and Depop at the moment. Yeah, kind of. I put the odd bit on Facebook. I do have plans to move onto other platforms, but it's time for me. No, I'm not on Amazon. I was thinking about it, but I'm not on it. Um, the I was going to say yeah, still on. Put the odd item on the Facebook Marketplace, but um, I'm still not like really wanting to do much, because I used to do hundreds, thousands a year on Facebook Marketplace. Um, but I stopped doing that when the apocalypse started, because it's just, even like putting in like measures to protect oneself, it's still making somebody come out to pick up an item and do a trick. Um, so I'm potentially putting them at risk in doing so. So I'm not really putting that much on there at the moment, unless I really just got to free up some space and get rid of it. But Amazon sales are bad unless it's on Easter eggs. Yeah, I bet. Great way to see instantly if you had a good week or not. But that's like, you can see that though from your 7 day total on the selling hub though. That's what I judge by. Always have just judged off the 7 day total. So I know like my 7 day total at the minute on eBay is awful, because I haven't done much of eBay this week. Um, I aim to, my minimum I aim for is to do £100 a day every day, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter if like the odd day or two I don't do it, as long as I've exceeded it on other days and it balances out. But at the minute, I think I'm on about £400 for the 7 days. So unless I have 300 quid sales today, then I've had none. So I won't. Then I'm definitely not meeting that target. But I also, get paid on Friday next week, so I'm not particularly concerned. Which is also probably why I'm not as motivated, because I've got plenty of money to last me through till payday, so I'm not pushing myself as a result. But sometimes it's okay to give yourself a break like that as well. I think sometimes we forget that and we feel bad when we haven't put enough effort into doing something. But sometimes we do need to just take a break and chill out and do other things. Like, I can't remember the last time I read a book. Some point last year, maybe before the first lockdown. And I used to read books every night. I'd go through a book a night. So, like, I have to force myself sometimes to just take time just to watch some TV programs and take a break and do something that I enjoy. Because I always want to be pushing forward. So, it is important to remind ourselves to do that sometimes. Right. Does anyone want to pop on live? Because if not, I will probably head off because I've been talking for over an hour. People have got other things to be doing with their time rather than listening to me talk for over an hour. Audio, yeah, not so good with the audio books. I don't know why. I just do it. Don't read fiction, rather have my nose in a reference book. I haven't read the reference book for a long time. I'm £60 short of last February's total a week ago. And last February, of course, you weren't in restrictions. I didn't have 2 weeks of bad weather. So they do my lad Damien. Does FHM count as a book? It counts as reading if you read the articles. Audio boobs sound awesome. Yeah, glossed over that one. So yeah, is FHM still going? I have no idea. I've not looked at a magazine stand. Do they still have magazine stands? I've not looked at one of those in so long. I used to have subscriptions to SFX and Top Gear magazine, but that was years ago. I haven't bought any since. You see, everyone's talking about audio boobs now. Right, what time is it? 2:25. Right, so my plan for the day is I'm going to message a few ladies, see if any message back, because that's what I like doing, and I make no apologies for that. I'm going to drop some parcels off at the parcel depot as well. Not depot, the parcel store. I'm going to head to the office, whack a few listings on. I've got 2 Depop orders that need packing and shipping. Nothing on eBay, so I'll pick and wrap up those Depop orders. Then I'll list a few items, see if I can trigger some eBay sales, and I'll have lunch first. Actually, I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll have lunch. Even though I'm covered in honey from breakfast, I don't eat well. And then I'm going to go and have a Sunday roast in the evening, I think. Obviously a home cooked one. So yeah, thank everyone for joining today. Hopefully it's been helpful for people to talk and watch and listen. If you do want more streams like this, feel free to message me and let me know. And I'll try and sort something out. Yeah, I'm gonna get back and crack on. So yeah, pleasure catching up with everyone. Take care all, and speak to you soon. Bye for now.